Hello, I'm Ilene Wood, and this is today's episode of Bag Lunch. We are looking at a number of my new acquisitions. Today, we're going to look at a number of bags by very high-end designers that were bargains, but for a reason. First up this is a Louis Vuitton bag. It is the prototypical Speedy Bag, which is one of their signature shapes. And this one is a Speedy 25, and that refers to the size. This is 25 centimeters. And this bag was originally designed for Audrey Hepburn, because if you can picture Audrey Hepburn, she was a very slight woman. She was not of large stature, and the traditional size offered at that time was the 30 centimeter. And she felt that this size pretty much was overwhelming to her small frame. So she requested a special order of a 25. And after they made this one for Audrey Hepburn, so many people requested the more diminutive size that they added this size to their lineup. So the most popular Speedy bag sizes are the 25, the 30, and there's one that's a bit larger called the 35. Now, I purchased these bags in particular because they're different than the normal Speedy. I didn't have examples of these in my collection. Now, if you look here at this end, you will see a special lock mechanism. And some people call it a tucky lock because it tucks in. And also, if you notice, come close here, this is a Talon zipper. And Talon zippers were not actually used on the original Speedy bags. So this bag was made not in France, but in America. This bag was made in America for American consumption for a company called the French Company. These bags have a paper label inside that show that these bags were made in America by the French Company, which was a very high-end luggage company in the States, and they had a special agreement to make these bags for Louis Vuitton. And these bags were made differently in that in a regular Louis Vuitton made in France, the fabric is contiguous. So on one side of the bag, the LVs are right side up, but when you turn the bag around, they're actually upside down because the fabric wraps the bag. For these bags, the French company put a seam at the bottom covered with a band of leather, and therefore both sides of the bag are right side up. And additionally, they used a slightly heavier leather, and this leather is almost a little bit chunkier than the ones you will see on the French-made bags. And the last difference is that their studs that affix the handles did not have Louis Vuitton on them. So a lot of times people will think these are copies and sell them very reasonably because, number one, it's right side up on both sides. There's a seam at the bottom. It's got this unusual lock, and the leather is a bit different with no stamps on the rivets. So therefore, I was able to locate these bags on the internet very inexpensively because people thought they were copies. And in fact, they are not. And the giveaway is when they tell you it's a Talon zipper, that was the only brand used on these. Now, the only time that will be an exception is that occasionally there were YKK zippers that were used as replacements. So very often, if the zipper died, as this one has, you can't always find the Talon zipper in this size. So you can often find another off-brand or a YKK zipper. This is a bag that's based upon the Speedy duffel. And it's a wonderful bag that is made out of python. And I purchased it just because it's evocative of this Speedy duffel shape, but made in black python. So this is going to be probably a weekend bag. But I did want to show it because it was inspired by the form of this bag. So once again, shop the internet. There are bargains to be found. You might find a real Louis Vuitton bag for a lot less because now you know how to look. Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Bag Lunch.